This is a tutorial for using the newly updated appointment schedule built into Google Calendar. You'll start by going into your Google Calendar, and that's after logging in with your Willard City Schools Google account. And to get to that location, you'll select this little waffle grid and locate Google Calendar in a list. Again, these can be dragged and dropped around, so yours might be in a different location than mine. So once you've opened Google Calendar, if you do not see over on the left the appointment schedule in the list underneath the Create logo, you'll need to go to the settings right here. You'll need to go into the settings list, and all the way down to the bottom, you'll see appointment schedules. If that's not checked, you'll need to click the Create Appointment Schedules instead of Appointment Slots. Here's your work week. Mine is enabled. I'm just going to leave that as it is for now. Those aren't my hours, but that's okay. I can change that later. And I'm ready to create my appointment schedule. Oops, I switched into the wrong calendar there. Let's get back into the correct calendar. So here we are at Mark White's Google Calendar for the WillardCitySchools.org address, and I'm going to create an appointment. In this case, I'm going to create a parent-teacher conference. Put a slash in there. Schedule, and slide down a little bit here and choose do not repeat. In this case, this is for 2 days, and those days are for this year November 9th. So I'm going to get over the November calendar, 9th, and also November 10th. So you see here I've created for both November 9th and November 10th, and I'm going to set up my times now. Out here to the right, I can add some other sections, but for now, since these don't start on day one until, I don't know, let's say noon, I'm not exactly sure, and run until about 8:30, we're going to leave that at 5 because that's about the time I'm going to go ahead and take my break for dinner. And you can see it automatically gives you an hour there. If you want to change that time, you can. But also, I'm going to say that this is over at 8 o'clock. So I've got this set up for these times, and if our times are not, quite this, you'll have to make those changes to your own calendar. And on November 10th, the day of November 10th, let's say we start off at 8 a.m. that morning, and we go to noon. Oops, went the wrong direction. And we're going to do our lunch there, and then from 1 to, again, I think 8 p.m. or 8:30, not sure, is our next section. Once I'm done with that, I can slide down a little bit to my scheduling window. Here you're going to see that they can make the appointment within 60 days. We'll leave that alone, being that we're not that far out anyway. Here we've got a minimum time before the appointment can be booked. So if you don't want your parents booking the appointment 4 hours, before it happens, then change this number. Let's say you want at least a 12-hour heads up, so that you know that they are or are not coming. And down here, you've got a buffer time. So this is how much time you want to allot yourself between each meeting. All right, so I'm just going to choose 15 minutes here, and I'm going to leave this alone where it indicates your maximum bookings for the day. You're probably going to have more than 4, at least most of you. And so I'm just going to leave that alone. And you can book as many as you want in those time slots. So once I'm done with all that, I need to move this out of the way. Oops. Let's move this over in here somewhere. And down here, you'll see the next button. Choose a different color if you'd like. We'll leave that blue for now. And we choose the type of meeting we're going to have. I'm going to select none for now. Most of these are in person. We can figure that out later. But for now, I'm just going to select none. And please sign up here for parent teacher conferences. I guess we can capitalize that. And you can reword that the way you'd like. Under the booking form, we're going to ask in this case that they don't only give me their email address, but also their phone number so that I can contact them. By default, their number is listed here. I'm going to require that. I'm going to add that to the list. And you would like to require an email verification to indicate that they received it and they're actually going to meet with you at that time, and you'll see that email come through that they've confirmed it. So everyone's on the same page. This we're just going to leave alone. You can give them an announcement or a reminder about a day ahead of time, or set that for whatever you'd like. In this case, I'm just going to leave that alone, but you can tweak that the way you'd like it. And when we're done, we save that. Now, to see this list of times and dates and to see this in the calendar, it's easier to actually go up to the top if you're in the standard month view and choose week view in this case. So when I choose week, I can see I'm on the week of November 9th, and you may need to bump over to that. But you'll see your parent-teacher conferences listed there on the 9th. Okay. Here, once you send this link out to all of your users or all your parents, they will have the link. Now, I plan on trying to work something out where I can link each of your calendar links here, your conference or appointment schedules, to the district website. And so you would share with me this link. So once you're finished with that, you'll have the option of sharing that link with others. In this case, I would just like you to share that link with me for now. So you would copy that link and send me an email so that I can receive it. In this case, I'm going to send one over to Mr. Puckett. And let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and get into my Google email. Should have had that pulled up ahead of time. And I'm going to compose. And I'm going to say to Alan, Puckett, Order City Schools and conference. Again, you take a little more time in setting this up, but I'm going to go ahead and paste that, send that to him right away. And once he sees that email come through, then he will confirm it. And I will get an email that says, Alan's seen the email. He's set up his time for this time. Back in my calendar, I'm going to close that up. Once he fills his section out, or once your parents start filling out their sections, you'll see those times appear in the list for you. Okay. At which point, if you decide, you want to meet in a Zoom, or you want to meet in-house, or you want to meet just through a phone call, you'll have to communicate that back in your email with those parents, or a phone call to those parents. But the main thing is you've got your time, it's scheduled, and it's in the system where both the person coming in, that is the parent coming in, and you can see what time that's set up and when you plan to meet with them. Okay, hopefully that's helpful. You can give me a call or reach out in an email at any time, and I will be glad to walk you through anything that you're having a problem with.